Hi, can you hear me? Obviously, Nelson Mandela is a very important person in the history of South Africa, and I feel quite lucky that my university got to use this name, because I think it's really a promise about the future.
The name Nelson Mandela means everything that embodies freedom, liberation, education, law, and sport. All those are very important ideologies and aspects to me, and I think that he himself never wavered with the passion that he had for achieving what he had set out to do.
I think for me, the name Nelson Mandela exudes the intelligence, tolerance, humility, grace, and poise.
And I think for me, the name Nelson Mandela represents an appreciation for diversity and respect for that diversity. It also represents Ubuntu, it represents integrity, and finally, it represents taking responsibility.
I think for me, Mandela himself, or even the name, it speaks of resilience, strength, power, liberation, freedom.
The two main things that sort of stick with me and which occasionally one thinks about is the courage and the honesty. And these are values, like I say, transcends boundaries and it transcends politics. And it is something that as a university you should be proud to really be associated with.
Nelson Mandela said it so well himself. He said, "I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself."
When I think of Nelson Mandela, I think of visionary leadership, of courage, determination, resilience and compassion, and fairness, blended with impeccable moral and ethical standards.
The name Nelson Mandela for me means freedom of choice. It means sacrifice.
Nelson Mandela for me, and I think for many people in South Africa and around the world, is a very special name. He's a very special person, and anything associated with that name clearly has great value and great significance.
Nelson Mandela had the guts to stand by what he believed in, even at the risk of being accused to be a traitor to the cause.
To me, the name Nelson Mandela stands for truth. It also stands for doing what is right no matter how difficult the situation may be. And also he's such a great example of somebody who used the skills and the knowledge that he was blessed with for the benefit of others.
I think he became a true, the word legend is used often, but in sporting circles anyway, but he was a true legend to all South African cricketers, whether they were black, white, coloured, you name it.
In my opinion, some of the nicest people in the country come out of the Eastern Cape, and those people, a lot of them end up studying at the Nelson Mandela University, and I think it's appropriate that somebody like Nelson Mandela shares a name with such a group of trusting people that want to make a positive contribution to the future of the country.
The National Reception Committee trying to get the people, and a salute from Mr. Nelson Mandela, his wife Winnie, greeting the people outside the fences of the Victor Verster prison.